7 common habits that are actually very toxic. Did you know that some of the habits that you do every day could actually be very toxic for your mental health and well-being? Yes, you heard me right. Some of the things that you think are normal or harmless could be hurting you more than you realize. And I'm not talking about smoking, drinking, or eating junk food. I'm talking about habits that are more subtle, just as harmful. In this video, I'm going to reveal 7 common habits that are actually very toxic and how you can break from them for good. So make sure you watch to the end because you don't want to miss this. Before we begin, please press the red button to subscribe to our channel and comment, "I've subscribed," so we can thank you. Number 7, catastrophizing. Well. This occurs when you become fixated on the worst outcome of a situation, regardless of how unlikely or unreasonable it may be. Say, for instance, that you have a presentation at work the following day, and you start to worry, what if I forget what to say? What if I mess up and everybody laughs at me? What if I get fired for doing a poor job? You begin to experience anxiety, nervousness, and stress. You're unable to concentrate, rest, or enjoy anything. You're essentially experiencing a horror that has not yet occurred, because it keeps you from understanding the reality of the situation and from taking effective action to prepare yourself or deal with it. Catastrophizing is a toxic habit. It can also affect your physical health by increasing your blood pressure, heart rate, and cortisol levels. So how do you break this habit? Well, one thing you can do is to challenge your negative thoughts with rational ones. For example, instead of thinking, what if I forget what to say? You can think, I prepared well for this presentation and have notes to help me remember. Instead of thinking, what if I mess up and everybody laughs at me? You think, everyone can make mistakes sometimes, and it's not the end of the world. Instead of thinking, what if I get fired for doing a bad job? You can think, I've done many good things at work before, and one presentation won't define my career. By doing this, you can reduce your anxiety and stress and see the situation more objectively and realistically. Number 6, being judgmental. Have you ever made quick judgments about someone's decisions, beliefs, or physical attributes? That too, without making an effort to understand them or appreciate their differences? If so, you may have engaged in judgmental behavior. And that's not a positive thing, I tell you. You become resentful, miserable, and unhappy when you pass judgment on others. You ignore the good qualities of others and yourself and focus only on the negative ones. That's a whole lot of negativity to deal with, no? You compare yourself with others and experience insecurities or jealousy. You constantly whine and show no appreciation. You can never be happy with who you are and what you have while being judgmental. You might become unhappy as a result, losing your joy and peace of mind. As you can see, having a judgmental attitude is a bad practice that can hurt both you and other people. It may stop you from developing personally, from being content with who you are, and from getting along with other people. You might come to respect neither yourself nor others as a result. Therefore, the next time you're inclined to pass judgment on someone, pause and reconsider. Be more forgiving, modest, and open-minded. Be more appreciative, positive, and respectful. Make an effort to pay attention, learn from, and respect others, and treat others the way you want to be treated. By doing this, you may abandon the practice of passing judgment on others and improve yourself. And believe me, it's worthwhile to do that. Number 5, procrastinating. Do you often put off important tasks or decisions until the last minute or avoid them altogether? If you do, then you might be guilty of procrastinating. And trust me, it's not a good thing. Procrastinating is a common habit that's actually very toxic, and I'll tell you why. First of all, procrastinating makes you waste time, energy, and resources. You spend more time thinking about what you have to do than actually doing it. You lose focus on doing things in a hurry or not doing them at all. You also waste money, materials, and other resources that could have been used more effectively. Secondly, procrastinating makes you feel stressed, anxious, and guilty. You worry about the consequences of not doing what you have to do. You feel overwhelmed by the amount of work that piles up, and you feel ashamed of your lack of discipline and self-control. You also feel disappointed in yourself and your performance. You lower your self-esteem and confidence. So as you can see, procrastinating is a toxic habit that can harm yourself and your work. It can prevent you from achieving your potential, from fulfilling your responsibilities, and from satisfying your clients or customers. It can also make you unhappy, unhealthy, and unprofessional. So the next time you feel tempted to procrastinate, stop and think twice. Try to prioritize your tasks, set realistic deadlines, and reward yourself for completing them. Try to overcome your fear, boredom, or laziness that might be holding you back. Try to do what you have to do as soon as possible and do it well. By doing this, you can break the habit of procrastinating and become a better person. And trust me, that's amazing. Number 4, gossiping. Do you ever spread rumors, secrets, or negative information about others behind their backs? If you do, then you might be guilty of gossiping. And trust me, it's not a good thing. Gossiping is a common habit that's actually very toxic. And here's why. First of all, gossiping makes you dishonest, disloyal, and disrespectful. You betray the trust and confidence of others and expose their private and personal matters. You don't respect their dignity, reputation, or feelings. You also lie and exaggerate the truth to create false or misleading impressions. Secondly, gossiping makes you hurtful, harmful, and hateful. You cause pain and damage others and ruin their relationships or careers. You also create conflict and distrust among people and fuel negativity and hostility. You also hurt yourself by losing your credibility and integrity. Thirdly, gossiping makes you unhappy, unfulfilled, and unkind. You focus on the flaws and faults of others and ignore their strengths and virtues. You also waste your time and energy on things that don't matter or benefit you. You can also lower your vibration and attract more negativity into your life. So as you can see, gossiping is a toxic habit that can harm yourself and others. It can prevent you from being honest. Just ask yourself if you'd like the others to talk about you behind your back. No, right? Start by focusing on the good aspects of people's personalities and refrain from talking about anyone when they're not around. Number 3, holding on to the past. Don't we all get stuck in the past sometimes? This is when you dwell on your past mistakes, regrets, or traumas and let them affect your present and future. For example, let's say you had a bad breakup with someone who cheated on you or abused you. You start thinking things like, I should have seen the red flags. I should have left sooner. I should have done something differently. You start feeling angry, sad, guilty, or ashamed. You can't move on. You can't trust anyone else. And the saddest part is, you can't love yourself. Holding on to the past is a toxic habit because it prevents you from healing and growing as a person. It also keeps you stuck in a cycle of pain and suffering and robs you of your happiness and peace of mind. It can also affect your relationships with others by making you bitter, resentful, or fearful. So how can you break this habit? Well, one thing you can do is forgive yourself and others and what happened in the past. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you condone or forget what happened, but that you let go of the negative emotions and thoughts that are holding you back. Forgiveness is not for them, but for yourself. By doing this, you can free yourself from the burden of the past and open yourself to new possibilities and opportunities. Number 2, living in a victim mindset. Living in a victim mindset is a toxic habit because it prevents you from taking charge of your own life. It stops you from making positive changes that could benefit you. It also makes you dependent on others or luck. Always playing the victim gives you an excuse not to try hard or give up easily, but can also affect your self-esteem and self-worth by making you feel inferior or unworthy. So how can you break this habit? One thing you can do is take ownership of your life and results. Instead of blaming others or external factors, you can acknowledge your role and your contribution to the situation. You can ask yourself questions like, what did I do or not do that led to this outcome? What can I do or not do to change this outcome? What can I control and what can I not control in this situation? By doing this, you can empower yourself and take action to improve your situation. Number 1, being manipulative. This is when you use deception, guilt-tripping, or coercion to get what you want from others, without regard for their feelings or needs. For example, let's say you want someone to do something for you, or you agree with something. You start lying on them or you make them feel bad about not doing what you want. You start threatening them or bribing them, or maybe blackmailing them. You start playing mind games with them, sometimes even twisting their words or exploiting their weaknesses. You're basically using them as a means to an end. Being manipulative is a toxic habit because it damages your relationships, trust, and reputation. It also makes you dishonest, disloyal, and disrespectful. It can also affect your self-esteem and self-worth by making you feel insecure and unworthy. It's bad, right? Wondering what can be done about this? Well, one thing you can do is to be honest, loyal, and respectful to others. Instead of lying to them or making them feel bad or not doing what you want, you can tell them the truth or respect their choices. So there you have it, guys. 7 common habits that are actually very toxic, and how you can break them for good. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what other habits you think are toxic and how you deal with them. Thanks for watching, guys. Like always, I'll see you in the next video.